going on, amigos? We're back with another video from here in the garage. Spring is almost here. We're so close. Here in New England, we always have a week or 2 weeks of warmth, and then we're like, oh, spring's here, and then it goes back to being cold, and that's kind of where we're in right now. It's the middle of March. We had a little taste. There was a couple days it was 70, took the bike out, went for a ride, felt great. Now here we are back at 39 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're close, but we're not quite there. But anyway, the reason why I'm here today is because actually I was on Revzilla this past week, and I was purchasing tires for the Tracer, and I noticed they had a closeout exhaust. Now, let me spin the camera around here. You can probably see that. Vance and Hines. Hopefully that appears right. But I saw it in the closeout section at Revzilla, and ever since I heard it on a Grom, that's what it's for, I knew I wanted that exhaust. It had come out a couple weeks or a couple months after I had bought the Yoshimura that's on my Grom now. So I said, you know what? I'm going to grab it. It's on closeout. So I did. I haven't really even introduced my Grom to the channel at all or any videos. You may have seen it in backgrounds or rock form clips or things like that. But we'll do a quick unboxing of the exhaust, and then I'll do an overview of the Grom with the Yoshi pipe on it. It sounds pretty good, but nothing compared to Groms I've heard with this Vance and Hines system. So I said, screw it, let's do it. Spring's coming. Let's give her a little refresh. But yeah, let's unbox the pipe. Then I'll give you an overview of the Grom, and then we'll do a comparison of the exhaust. So stay tuned. Alrighty, so in the big box was 2 little boxes, which I opened up and dumped everything out. But here's the cool piece. It's like a little baby version of the ones they do on the big baggers. So that's going to go on, and then you have, it looks like 2 pieces. You have a mid pipe, and then this is the head pipe that connects on the bottom of the Grom, and then you just have a bag of hardware and some instructions. But yeah, Honda Grom exhaust. This thing's gonna sound good. What I like, competition only. Yeah, competition Grom, that's what we'll call it. But I really like how deep this one is, and I think it's gonna sound awesome. Plus, you know, Vance and Hines, the build quality's beautiful. Like, I know those are robotic welds, but look at those. I'll take it out of the bag here in a second. All right, guys. So, like I said, we're gonna be swapping over the exhaust, but I've had this Yoshimura on here since the bike had 1 mile on it. I bought this brand new in 2017, basically as a little commuter bike, use it to get around town, go see buddies, and I did a couple things to it: bars, levers, turn signals, tail tidy, integrated tail light, Yoshimura, Öhlins front and rear, got Öhlins inserts in there, little sub cage crash bar type thing. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to put the Vance and Hines on since I first heard it. So I figured since it's on closeout, now's a good time, but we'll do a quick startup. I don't want to get it too hot because my hands are going to be on that pipe, but we'll start it up so you can hear what it sounds like now with the Yoshi. It's actually been sitting all winter. It's the first start since last fall. Oh, Honda fires right up. Ice cold. This is the first startup of the year, so I don't want it to get too hot. I know it's not good to just start them and shut them off, but I do have another video. I'll try and find the footage and drop it in here if I can, from when it was new and I started up this bike with this pipe on it. But let's throw you on a time lapse and let's put the new Vance and Hines on. All right, well, first problem we're running into is, like I said, this exhaust has been on since day 1, mile 1. I think the bike has a little over 7,000 now. But I just went to break these nuts loose first here that connect basically the head pipe on, and one of the studs started spinning. So I sprayed them with WD. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not, but I got one to start spinning without spinning the head stud. Now I just got to do the other one here. I'm going to grab what I can see. because you can kind of see a lot of the stud. I'm going to grab what you can see with these. I'd rather not break it in there, so if I have to remove the whole stud, I'll order a new stud right from Honda before I mess this exhaust up or mess this head up. So, all right, back at it. Alrighty, so I got the old one off. There's the head pipe. Got the old can right there. Got everything off. However, my little trick there with the pliers didn't work. I got one nut off, one head stud right here, and the other one is stuck, if it focuses. So I'm gonna go over to the bench and try and get this apart. At least it didn't break off in the head. Actually looks pretty clean there on the head side. So I'm gonna go get this separated and then we'll continue with the install. Well, won't focus, but I got it. And I got the nut off, so I'm gonna try and reuse this one. I didn't mess up any of the threads. It's just this collar space here in the center that you can see the marks from the vice grips that were holding that on while I hit it with the impact. Risky, but I figured I could grab another one since it was already out of the head if I broke it. But uses a different nut. It's not an acorn. Looks like a standard M8 nut. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this back in, and then I'm gonna throw this pipe on. It looks pretty straightforward. It's 3 pieces, and they're all held together with springs. And then they give you some spacers just for that rear bracket that goes on to hold the can. But I'm gonna slap it on, and then we'll hear what this thing sounds like. All right, guys, well, it's not on yet, but I figured I'd hop on, kind of explain 2 concerns I've come across. One, and it's not that big a deal, but this bracket here, it just says attach bracket to muffler using the 2 provided screws, fully tightened, and align the muffler with the tent bracket. Okay, that's great. Except that bracket goes on that pipe like 4 different ways. So I basically mocked it up and held it there to figure out which way the bracket actually is supposed to sit on the muffler. So 1, they could be a little clearer. 2, this hardware here. So you're supposed to use this nut. Too much shit out here. This nut, or bolt, sorry, is supposed to sit in this collar. It's hard to do this one-handed. Well, you see that hole? You see how that's not really round? It doesn't fit. And it doesn't want to bottom out over this collar here. So I'm going to have to ream that hole out a little bit. So 2 issues so far, and it's not even on the bike yet, but I think we'll be good after that. So after a quick drill, now it goes in. That's how it's supposed to be. Didn't have to take much off. Just looks like some burring material from manufacturing, but hey, quality control, right? Anyway, now we're going to assemble. Now we're going to get it on the bike. All right, well, she's all on. It was actually pretty straightforward once I got everything figured out. The springs are easy. They give you a tool for that. 2 nuts on the head, and then just one bracket there on the back to hold the pipe on. But I just wiped her down with some WD-40 to get all the fingerprints and hand grime off of it. But let's fire it up. Hear what she sounds like. That's a lot deeper. Definitely louder too. Ooh, that's loud. That's very loud. It's only gonna get louder once it breaks in. Once it stops raining, we'll take her for a ride. See how she sounds riding.